and we got a good one so far today, guys. Let's start right out of the gate here. This is a 11 workshop, and the key is ready to begin, but one of the players is not. Probably not that uncommon to be in the dungeon, already inside the instance, and say, wait, exclamation point, wait, bathroom real quick. At least it's not an emergency bath. You can see it in the timestamps too, which are amazing. The guy says bathroom real quick, and then 49 seconds later, he's back. What the hell happened in there? I don't think I could pull that off. That's pretty impressive, actually. If only they could do the key that effectively. This is an 11. You'll be able to tell. You see, yeah, duck right out of the way. You see an 11 there. Devours the name of the affix. This is the actual hardest difficulty with affixes. I bet a lot of people probably look at 12s as easier than 11s nowadays, huh? Especially given the way like lower keys, quote unquote, have gone late into the season. Probably the higher up you go, the easier it is, and the less actual things you have to worry about, the easier it gets too. So yeah, I imagine this might actually be like one of the hardest key levels in the game right now, just because of how everything figures out at the end of a season. So it seemed to me that they were discussing lusting on the boss, but they lusted on the trash. I don't really know what was being said. At the very beginning of the dungeon, they were saying something about boss. So here is our first boss, and it is not going to go great. So let's put it that way, kind of just immediately. Just have a look at the actual health bars right now, and you're just going to see, like, I think kind of the response, I think is probably the best way to put it. The person who sends this to me is focused on that as much as anything. The healer is struggling a little bit in this key. We're also going to have our first death here as well. You pause it, you see the guy standing in the dead center of a circle. That circle doesn't move. He needs to move from it, and he does not do that. So he just gets one shot by that bomb, which is kind of crazy. Actually, I'm really shocked. That's what I was saying about 11, because like it's probably getting to a point now where these small mistakes didn't matter on a couple of keys before, and now they are just absolutely punishing you, like if it's like an actual real key now. But you see the combination of the healing affix. Don't just heal, devour. And we have a lot of people sitting low for a long time. I think this is really crazy how hard this affix actually looks, and we are actually going to have another death here. Here's the last time the druid was at full health. 3 minutes and 5 seconds in the dungeon's timer. He sits low for 15 seconds before he finally dies, but again just dies to bombs or something. Oh, it looks like he actually gets hit. I think, yeah, look, you can see the cat here. This is crazy, man. He gets hit by the saw blade. The saw blade knocks him that way, and then he gets hit by that thing right there. Bonk right into the bomb. So bombs have now killed the 2 people on this fight. So the person who sent this to me was like super fixated on the fact that the healer was struggling, but as of right now, we have both of our deaths from pretty basic mechanical failure. Here comes our next death. Watch this faux flipper. That thing runs like 100 yards away. Warlock all the way in the top side of the screen. I don't know how they're even actually hitting anybody from there, but they are all the way up there alone. And guess what? Guess what? What is happening in this video game? Look at this. Again, how do you stand still? It's a circle. You just move out. Don't you play World of Warcraft? How do you not know? Circle come out. Boom. Bomb. Player down. 3 deaths. 3 deaths now. 2 bombs in the Mythic Plus version 11. Really tells me everything that I've been saying is true. These people are standing in a very, very obvious mechanic. We have 3 people have done it now. That definitely happened 5 key levels ago, right? Like 100% chance those people stood in that mechanic on a 6 when they did this dungeon, and now they're doing it on 11 and they did not figure it out. But yeah, you see the mana bar on El Diablo there. Just really gonna have some problems finishing this fight, especially with the 2 DPS dead. With only 2, basically a person and a half damaging things get really elongated here. For years, I criticized shamans for not using Spirit Link, and I think it's like karmic justice that we've reviewed so many keys like this. So like, what the actual fuck was that Spirit Link? Are you serious? Everybody who's alive is full health. It just expires before anybody takes any damage. And as only could happen here, faux flipper into the bombs. It's gonna be our 4th person hit by bombs on this fight. I love this video game. I love watching this dude. Watch the faux flipper. It's gonna flip the foe right into his death, just flying in the air, splash right on the ground, right into the bombs. But we talked about people typing funny stuff, right? Here we go. This is beginning again now. The guy who just got faux flipped into the bomb says, "Wow, bugged, stuck at hole." What is that? What are you saying? Stuck at hole. Okay. He's not releasing. He's just sitting there dead. I don't know if they even try to res him or something. I don't know, but he's just not releasing. The Warlock, who also got faux flipped into bomb, says reload. Yeah, that might actually solve it, to be honest. Good tip. The Mage, who did not get faux flipped but still died to bomb, says, yeah, I had to reload and still a bit shaky. Oh my god, are you all right? The Mage actually confirms it one more time, this time capitalizing it, saying reload. I never realized the load and reload albums were controversial with Metallica. I guess I still don't fully understand it, but I remember talking to somebody who was a huge metal fan and they felt really strongly against those albums. I grew up loving Metallica, but anyway, time to reload. All right, here we go. This is gonna be the fun part. Pulling the DOGs in mass. That's pretty aggressive. It's a very, very, very aggressive strategy here. Usually this is really, really dangerous because there's a lot of dispelling needed, and as you see, we actually have 4 people all with the debuffs. We are gonna Spirit Link. Somewhat saves us. Watch it again. Really focus on the health bars here and watch the debuffs come in. I don't know if we can actually tell how many stacks are on there. I think the number on the debuff is just the actual duration of it, but you see people are really rotting out almost immediately. The Warlock like almost never lives. People are not standing in the link either, so the Shaman and the Warlock dies. It looks like the Shaman onks or something like that. I have no idea how the Druid doesn't die, but they also survive it. We're gonna get by with that first wave. 4 debuffs going out. Another one on the Mage. Insane danger from the Mage now. Has the affix as well. Yeah, there we actually see the 2 stacks. So we have 2 stacks on the Shaman. He's gonna go down. 2 stacks on the Druid. He's gonna go down. Mage is gonna go down to 1 stack. What is the common theme you might have noticed at this point? We saw all the debuffs go out. What did you not see? Somebody think about it in their head right now, because you're gonna see it more. The Warlock, who dies in that moment, says, shit, my bad. Was it? I mean, okay, sure, yeah, take the blame. I like people who do that. So full wipe to that. I mean, honestly, you're gonna have that. That's a ridiculous pull. Don't do that. No matter how good the healer is or how ready people are for that, you're not gonna be able to dispel the 2 stack adequately, and people are going to die to this. Even pulling the smaller way I do, we still have problems every time I do this key. It's putting all the stress on the healer, and you know that's typically not a good idea. So this time we learned our lesson. Good. Unlike other Demon Hunter tanks we have seen on this channel, we have learned our lesson. We're only going to pull 4 instead of the whole room. Still got the there's debuffs. Still got a debuff on every single player. Healer is actually dealing with it. Keeping everybody alive this time. No Spirit Link, no need. Gonna be all right. We're gonna just heal through it again. 11, like I said, the hardest, but maybe still pretty easy, so no real problems. This dog dies, and with its death rattle, it throws out 1 great piece of footage for us. So the Druid has the full duration dot on him, and we're just gonna heal through it. All right, just let's heal through that. No problem. Diablo now drinking. I love this UI thing. It just says drinking. That's pretty crazy. Boss time. Cujo, one of the most interesting bosses of the past. They kind of neutered him, which is a dog pun. I didn't even mean to make that pun, but yeah, I made a dog pun. There's also things you need to avoid on this fight, as we see the Mage not going to do that. Gets knocked back as we're bloodlusting. Here comes the tank debuff. You guys know about this, right? AMS, you can actually stop it from going on you. It's pretty useful. I'm not very good at doing it, but it definitely helps a lot. Another thing you have to do on the fight is hide behind the box. Druid going to test that. He does ultimately get behind it, but that's a big source of damage. And look at, oh, what is this? A 2nd stack of Blazing Chomp now on the Demon Hunter tank. That's pretty hard to survive, I'd imagine. Probably wishing you had AMS here at this point. Barely surviving it and ultimately going to die to it. Getting ready to type something as we die here. I'm not sure what. Did you something or other? Doesn't type it. Luckily, we are going to get the battle res in the middle of the fight, and we're actually fucking fine here. Minus this shit popping up in the middle of the screen. Like, what the hell was that? Anyway, okay, we're going to taunt the boss, and we're back to work here. Nobody else ever got the chomp, so that's a good, I don't know if that's lucky or if that's just how it timed out, but we're pretty far away from the box, so everybody's going to run over here, hang out together, hold hands, and wait. There's the Blazing Chomp back on the tank. Healer's doing some work, I guess. Yeah, keeping everybody alive. Tank's really struggling to survive, taking a lot of damage from that mechanic, and we're gonna get a 2nd stack yet again. I didn't even know this thing could stack, to be honest. I actually had no idea. Another fucking wicked Spirit Link. Look at this guy, man. I don't know. I mean, brother, are you fucking serious with these? Like, I'm not really sure what he's doing. You gotta move from this, though. You can't say it. Okay, so he's put Spirit Link down. I'm gonna hide the webcam. You see him? He's still standing there, brother. There's a 2.5 left. You gotta get over here. He's not gonna do it. He's just gonna stand out there. Actually get fucking one shot. He's standing right next to Cujo. He's just holding hands with him now. Still has the 2 stacks on him. He's gonna die, get killed by the venting flames, and then with the tank is also gonna die to the 2 stacks. Meanwhile, there's a lot of chatter happening, isn't there? Dispel healer, dispel tank. That may be a little bit confusing. I think it's clear what he's saying, though. What's not clear is what the fuck this shaman just typed in the chat. He says, damn, I don't have Dispel. Look at the reaction to that. Lol, people are leaving. I don't even know who that guy was. The mage, the guy's got hit by like 8 mechanics, right? He's left. He's sprinted out of the dungeon. Druid says, lol, you're a healer. Warlock says, that is why I changed my pet to imp / Demon Hunter Tank says, now it all makes sense. Well, I don't know if it does, but then you look at the Raider IO sheet and then you're thinking, oh, wait, maybe it all does make sense. Mostly a DPS player. I guess it's like a little bit of both. He's done a good amount of healing, but not like a ton, like a lot of like really low keys. And then he's kind of only done his best keys as DPS, but also done some lower keys as DPS too. Yeah, 2,600 player. I mean, I don't know what you guys think about that number, but one way or the other, the guy's doing keys above 10. He's got an 11 upgraded. I mean, we're in an 11 in this key, and he says he doesn't have Dispel. What does he mean by that? Does anybody have any idea? I looked through it. I mean, I don't think it's a talent, right? It's not something you have to take, is it? There's improved Purify Spirit, which I think like changes if you're Resto, right? Yeah, if you're Ellie, it's only going to remove all curse effects. And then if you switch to Resto, it even changes on Wowhead. It says Purify Spirit additionally removes all curse effects. So we go to the guy's talent calculator. I don't know like if this is like updated. I don't know if we have to like look at a specific run to see it. There's the talent calculator. He's got the talent. So I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. I really can't figure this out. I think what might actually be happening. Okay, this is a hell of a stretch, but follow me here, okay? This guy's either recently played Classic or is like a player from the Classic days. And he's confused by the words being used. He's thinking that a magic dispel is not something he has. He's thinking that a priest needs to dispel this, and he actually doesn't have access to it as a shaman because shaman cannot dispel magic debuffs. Now that's assuming that he sees the magic debuff at all. The fact that it doesn't get touched at all on the trash and then again on the boss and no comments actually get made about it until it's a wipe, until it's too late, makes me think that he doesn't see them at all anyway. I don't know. Who knows? I mean, I really can't even figure this out anymore, but this is again an 11. This is an 11. This guy has healed many keys before and he's saying the words, as a healer, I don't have the ability to dispel that magic. What happened in this run? 1 week ago, he did it, and then you look at the group. Okay, so I don't think he bought it based on that, but yeah, that's a boost. One way or the other, people maybe just doing vault keys, maybe purchased, but kind of scary. I mean, he did the 9 though. I mean, he did the 9, right? Nope, wait, hold on a second. 3K, what's happening here? I don't even know. I don't even know if I want to know. All I know is there's people out there playing healers that don't know they have magic dispels, and that's a problem. That's a problem because Blizzard's very keen on making one of the major things that the healer has to do, dispelling. Stay aware of players like that. That's all I can say. Thank you guys for the great submission. Season 2 has been amazing. Thank you for watching. We got a lot more to come in these last few weeks of Season 2. We hope to see you guys in those videos.